Hello, hello. I'm Blanca, the functional medicine nutritionist, a passionate part of Holistiq team. And I make this video for you to teach you maybe something about sales and marketing, how to do the discovery calls. And first of all, I want to say that sales is not a dirty word. It's actually helping people to make the right decision. And why it's also important for us, because Holistiq is going to pay between 50 to 200 Swiss francs for every person who books the call. And so we need to convert them into paying clients to make it profitable business. If we don't turn them into clients, it's a loss. And so we want to sell them either upgrading the full packages or at least something small that it covers the cost. And we want to learn about them. So the structure is easy. I have here many of my notes, and then I will be also sharing the screen. So this is called the coach to close that I learned from my mentor, and I was practicing for 1 year to close pretty much every client of mine on nutritional therapy. And we want to have a niche and speak about our niche, and that's what we will do in Holistiq as well. The first part that is important is that sell them what they want, but then give them what they need. So we are all passionate about educating people and explaining some mechanism and sharing the knowledge that we have. But this is not what the people buy. People are not buying prevention. They buy a cure when they have a problem. People are not buying features of what's included in the package. They are buying a future, what it's going to do for them, what is the outcome. And so we really need to, in the discovery call, pay the attention to what they say, the words they say, and we write it down. There is also a structure in it because we have certain amount of time, maybe 20 minutes. We don't want to go over that time. And maybe sometimes after 10 minutes, we will see that the client is simply not ready, that we don't resonate, and they're not going to buy, and then we just let them go. So we don't want to spend the time with somebody who just even says openly, hey, I just want to pick your brain. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not really interested, or whatever reason. Yeah. So this is important for us. So the frame is that first we set the agenda, because the person that is asking the questions is the leader. And we always want to be the leaders. We don't want them to pick our brain and do whatever they want and speaking freely. No, we have this agenda. So the agenda is, when you start the call, you tell them what it's simply about. And what we also want to mention, because they will be worried, we want to sell them something. So we actually want to show them that we are not going to sell anything to them. We simply want to learn about them if they would be the right person to enjoy. Because people then want to show you that they are the match. Yeah. So every time when they need to catch something, they will be showing you why this is the right program for them. So that's a strategy, psychological strategy. It's like with children. If I tell to my kids, you need to eat broccoli, they're going to do the opposite, right? And if I tell them, I bet you this large broccoli cannot even enter your mouth, what are they going to show? I want to prove you wrong, and they will eat the broccoli. And so we do the same with the clients. We basically will say, I want to see if you qualify for these services. And they will want to show you that they qualify. So we set up the agenda. We tell them this course is just to find out if actually we are the right match, if there is a chemistry in between us, and if we are able to help you solve the issue that you have. And right away, they feel like, okay, this is just informative, so I'm safe. Then we tell them in a step 2, we want to know why now? And why us? Why Holistiq? Like how did you find out about us? Why did you say that enough is enough and you want to make a change now? Yeah. And then we let them speak. So we ask this short question and we let them speak. And they will say something like, I've tried everything. About all the supplements, and I went to the doctors and they just say the tests are fine. And you are writing all this, everything, because we need to know what is the past failure. what they have tried, and then asking them more questions about it. So we let them speak. That's the second step. Like, why now? Why not next week, next month, next year? And why us? Yeah. So, okay, I found you on Google, or, I've seen that you have these experts and then it's covered by the insurance. So quickly from this, we are catching, aha, they want it only when it's covered by the insurance. Yeah. So making notes. The third step is establishing wants. So what is it that you want? But we don't ask them like this. We say like, Eric, if I had a magic wand and I could change 3 things for you right now, what would that be? Right? And they start throwing things quickly. They will say, well, I want to like lose weight. And the first thing is the most important for them, right? So I want to lose weight. I want to get rid of bloating, and I just want to have a nice skin. I don't want to have acne on my face anymore. So even the order that they told you, the number one is the number one priority. And then you can ask, wow, great. And like, why is it important for you to lose weight? And here we come to the psychological questions, which coaches will know. The 5 times why. We want to ask 5 times why, because the first thing that they say is not really relevant. Once we start digging deeper, is the 5th, the last reason of why they want to lose weight. And I would give you like example. So what, Jenny, why do you want to lose weight? Because I want to be like fit, like I was before I had kids. Like, why is it important for you to be fit? So that I can, run around my kids. And why, again, why? Or what makes you say that? You can change the questions depending what they say. Why? And they will say, well, because right now I'm just like huffing and puffing, and they want to go to the swimming pool with me, and I kind of feel shy to put the bikini on because people would judge me. And you guys like, why? Yeah, and something comes. And all the time when they are looking at them, you have a pen and paper and you are writing down the words that they use, right? I feel shy. People will judge me. I don't feel like myself again. Because then when you are summarizing the things, you must use the same words as they used, okay? So that was establishing the needs, magic wand, and building the dream, yeah? Almost like making it like a picture. So like they will see themselves running around kids or jumping on a trampoline. When we talk about jumping on a trampoline, there might be a woman that says, look, I would love to jump on a trampoline with my kids, just like leaking the urine. And I pee myself because after giving birth, my pelvic floor muscles are just not what it used to be. And obviously, this has impact even on my intimacy with my husband. And I worry about sneezing somewhere at school, peeing myself. So it's all this, like, that's why they want to get rid of it, because they want to enjoy the intimacy with the partner. They want to jump on the trampoline. Right? So then the other things you will be building it into. So what would that feel like to be able, again, enjoy the intimacy with your partner without thinking if you are going to sneeze and pee yourself? So the 4th step is actually identifying the needs. So already from what they told us, and we were maybe asking them additional questions, if they, for example, told us about like, hormonal imbalance or infertility. I've tried, IVF twice and it just failed. And all the hormones that they were like putting into me, I gained weight and I just didn't feel like myself again. And you want to know, like, why is it important for you to have kids? Crazy question. But it's maybe like what they always wanted, or whatever reason comes from them. And then, so what is it on this journey that you need? What, like, we need to identify the needs. Is it like understanding of the fertile days, understanding what is the underlying issue? Is it the PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome? Is it on a part of the partner, or is it my side? Is it the stress? Is it the insulin resistance? Is there any other underlying issue? So you're asking them, have you tried this? And they usually tried multiple things, and they will say like, yeah, I did the blood tests, and you can tell them, and like, what were the results? And people will say, well, my doctor said everything is fine. And you can ask, did they like explain the markers and what that means? And he will say no. And you can ask, but do you understand them? And how sure are you that you were not just approaching the limit? And what is the combination around that? And they will say, well, I don't know. And you can ask, would you like to know? And they say, yeah, I would kind of like to understand what's happening in my body, what's the underlying issue. And so you can like write this down. So you are collecting the information. I can give you like another example then later on with my anti-bloat masterclass, which is all about bloating. Because again, we need to dig deeper. It's not that people are like bloated, having diarrhea or constipation, but why it bothers them on the holistic level. So we are using really the keyword holistic in here, because it's the mental, emotion, and spiritual impact that it has, that the bloating actually and the disconnection has. So I had a client. She was a lawyer, very, very successful lawyer, really rich woman. She had infertility issues. She had Hashimoto, and she also had constant diarrhea. And she was on a summit in New York, and on the streets of New York, the diarrhea came, and she shitted herself. And that was the point when she came to me, because she was so embarrassed, didn't know what to do. And it was like, enough is enough. So you always need to find this point. When was it when you said to yourself, no, I need to really fix this? And then we started digging deeper. And then she became my client, obviously. So identifying the needs. And then we have this like reverse engineering. So we summarize of what they told us. And we will say, okay, Jenny, so I understand that you have pretty much every single day constipation, or it goes in between constipation and diarrhea. And therefore, there is this insecurity because you never know what happens, and you are worried to travel by bus on long distances in case it happens to you again. You also shared with me that you are craving sugar, and whatever you tried, the intermittent fasting and drinking green juices and taking the probiotics and all of that you have tried didn't have any effect. And I understand that you would really want to invest into your health because it's the most important for you. And you would want to run some cutting edge functional medicine tests to really find out the root cause and finally get rid of it. Am I right? You're always asking for the confirmation. Yeah. So in this step, we are basically reminding them again of all the impact it has on them. Women, especially women, they are buying with emotions. And as I said before, nobody is going to buy prevention. There are only two reasons why we are buying some product. One is because we want the pleasure that we don't have right now, or we have so much pain that we are going to run away from it. So it's only the pain or desire of the pleasure, which means getting into the comfort zone. And so if we talk to them, and they will be saying like, it's kind of okay, you know, I lived with it for 10 years. You need to dig deeper on every level, what impact it has on their emotional health, mental health, on the kids, where they want to be in 5 years' time, how they see themselves. Again, the magic wand, all of this should help you to understand, and asking why would this help you? And why do you think that probiotics didn't work? Why do you think that IVF didn't work? They will not have answers for that, or maybe yes. And again, like you write it down. But usually the answer should be because they did not dig deeper into the root cause. They were just putting the plasters based on some information from somewhere, but it wasn't science-based. And we at Holistiq, we are science-based. We have so many experts that save their time and money by helping them focus on the need of the root cause. Yeah. So there's the fast failure, recapitulation, and then we qualify them. Jenny, from everything that you have shared with me, I feel that we would be the right match because we can help you. And here's again the time and money, because people always blame time and money. We will be able to look at your tests, explain what that means. We have specialized doctors in our clinic, telehealth clinic, that would help you to get the blood tests that you need and prescriptions that you need. We would also, based on the results, be able to order the supplements that would help you to rebalance the hormones or whatever it is. And on the top of it, you would get a one-to-one support. So you don't have to anymore waste your time watching a YouTube videos of somebody who doesn't have exactly the same problem as you and going through the trial and error of everything that you have. And here we remind them of the past failure. So of going to gastroenterologist, waiting in the time, spending the money, done, like you go, whatever it is, right? And then we ask them, like, would you want to know what would be the best solution for you? And if they say like, yes, tell me, then you can, based on what they told you, show them, I believe that, you're a busy person, mom of 2 kids, or this would be the best for you. What questions do you have for me? Yeah, like you just want to know. And you will need to bring up maybe because they will see the price, like you tell them the price, actually the investment. So we don't use the word price. We say this will be the investment. This is like a symbolic investment, a fraction of what you have already invested into the supplements, doctors, this, and that, and it didn't work. So this is like a fraction of what you have done, and it's investment to find out finally the root cause of your problem. And remember also analysis paralysis. So we cannot give them 2,000 options. It's either A or B. And then you are asking them which one resonates with them. But by this time, you should know if the person, they, for example, mentioned, cost is not an issue for me, then it's good. But then if somebody tells, I lost my job and I'm like, I got divorced because with the depression that I have, just my husband left me and I'm like really struggling. I have no energy and I don't have any job and I just don't have money. But people say that they don't have money. But if something truly matters to them and they see the value in the product and the transformation that it can have, the outcome, they will find it. And of course, here also comes the point that we can make them, if we see, is it like they're saying that they don't have money or they need more time to think about it because they actually saw the price and they are not interested? Or is it really truly that they are in a financial struggle? And then we can try, would like a monthly payment help you? Of course, we are not going to do the monthly payment. We just want to see if that would help, because if they say, yes, it would really help me, who knows, maybe we would do something like that if we really feel it's a genuine interest. Or they can say, or we can ask them, so this is kind of like a question, we can ask them, So what would be like, I understand you are like financially, you cannot really afford it now. You're not financially stable now. I totally get it. We always get it. Yes, yes. So what would be the price or investment? What would be the investment that you can afford right now? And like they tell you. And if you, so with the investment, of course, it's like always tricky. Like we don't want to lose them because we definitely want to sell them something, but we need to have the feel for it. Is it really only a game? So we can maybe have a down selling program, which is basically just buying ebook with the instructions and they can follow it on their own. So we can say, look, if this would help you for like 97 Swiss francs, you can buy this step-by-step plan. So it's the information that you follow on your own. And then if they tell you actually, but you know, and we tell them, of course, it's going to cost you more time. So if you don't have money, you have more time because you're unemployed, and you can try trial and error and see what exactly works with you. And then maybe you will decide that you actually want to buy the speed, which means that, you know, we professionals, we will look at everything, we will organize it, we will order it for you, and we tell you within 1 hour what's exactly your problem and what you should do. So which version resonates with you more? And then, of course, they will say, well, I don't want to trial and error for years and watching some book. So again, we have them in the game, or maybe they say, I would like the book, and then we just like sell them the book or some easy program. And of course, now comes the point. So if we see that the person is like really determined, wants it, there is no financial issue, we want them to commit for as long as possible, so 12 months. And we say, you know, I feel that you are really determined, or 6 months, let's say, that you are really determined, and I can see that you would benefit from this. And I have this wonderful offer for you, that if you decide to sign the contract, like join today, I can also provide you with first 15 days of a complimentary coaching so that we can learn even more about you, and also choose the right cutting edge blood test or stool test for you, depending what you need. And then, of course, order it for you, deliver it to your house, and pay all the costs. So how does this sound to you? So it's you who need to play with it and see what the person is open to. Yeah. And it's all about closing later on. I have here also some other notes that is important to remember. So I already told you, people don't buy prevention. If somebody comes and they say just, I don't know, my mom and my grandma, they have diabetes. So I just like wonder if there is like something that I should do to prevent it. It's not really good. We need people, especially when they mention like some signs and symptoms. So if somebody comes to me and they say, just like keep waking up in the night and I cannot go 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours without snacking. You know, I tried intermittent fasting and I was like dizzy. So we know it's a blood glucose imbalance. Or they say I need to urinate in the night. I feel thirsty all the time. I have like swollen feet, swollen ankles. I'm bloated, many symptoms of the blood glucose imbalance. And this you can do pretty much with anything. So even, for example, with polycystic ovarian syndrome, we know that women say, I really have like irregular period, and then it's heavy period, and I have so much premenstrual syndrome. I have blood glucose. So they will not say I have blood glucose problems, but I kind of crave sweets, and I have this acne, so they come with the acne, and we don't tell them what it is exactly, because we never want to give them answers in the sales call, even if they're asking. But we want to say, you know, everything that you are describing reminds me of Jenny. She also had these symptoms. And then we were running the blood tests. Actually, there were 2 markers absolutely out of the balance. And the doctors for 3 years did not spot it. And so what we did is we used this trio of supplements that help her to suppress the appetite, improve the sleep. She lost 6 kilos in 4 weeks. She had so much energy. Yet it were just these 2 markers. And so then everybody wants to know about those 2 markers. And also when they, for example, tell you when they're telling you what everything they have tried, you can say, so they will say, I tried probiotics, and you can say like, which probiotics did you use? Oh, I bought it in pharmacy. And you can say, which strains was it? And also, I don't really know. And how many billion bacteria? Well, I don't know. It's the pharmacist gave it to me. And did you notice any difference? No, it actually didn't help. And then you can say, because there are like special species, and usually within 7 days you see the results. So I believe that you did not use the strain that you would need for your problems. And they will ask like, which strain is it? And you can say, well, this is what we exactly do for you once we see your results, and we give you the strains that will help you within 7 days remove XYZ. So within 7 days, 3 supplements. One of the steps is, what is the step number 3? Things like that. Never give them the answer. Or if they say, I'm taking omega-3. Yeah, everybody's taking omega-3. You can ask, how many EPA and DHA is it? Well, I actually don't know. Or they will go and they will look. And so then they tell you, and you will say, and you think that this is the right dose for you? You ask them the question, and they will say, I don't know. Okay, so I see, I'm writing down. So you are not sure if this is the right dose. And when do you take it? Well, I take it every morning. Before food or after food? Before food. And why have you chosen to take it before food? So again, like you are asking them, yeah? Or they say, I take magnesium in the morning. Magnesium in the morning? And which kind of magnesium is it? Is it magnesium oxide? Is it magnesium malate? Is it magnesium taurate? How many milligrams do you take? Well, I don't know. And what made you to choose magnesium oxide? That is actually not really absorbable. Like what made you choose this for the fatigue and nervous system? And they will again say, I don't know, I just went to the pharmacy. So we always want them, preferably as many times as possible, say, well, I don't know, I don't understand it. And we want to bring this almost like curiosity to know that they do something wrong. Yeah. And that they would want to know why. And they will ask you, and so how does this work? And for this question, we'll say, it just works brilliantly. You never give them the answer. It just works brilliantly. Yeah. Or if they ask some like specific question like about the probiotics, again, you turn it into a question. What makes you ask this? Or why do you ask? Always turning the question to them. They are the people that speak. We want to know the most about them. So I also told you my notes. People don't buy features. So if you tell them, and there are 7 coaching sessions. There is a beautiful room that we have. We use a pink color. There is a free tea that you can drink. People always ask, what's in it for me, right? They were talking with Eric. Sell me the pen. Oh, this is a blue pen, and it's actually from a company called Lyreco. Feature, no, future. What is this pen, this magical pen, going to do for me? It's a magic pen. And whenever you sign a contract, you whatever, right? Just sell me the pen. And so that's what we do. We are selling the future. We are not selling features, future. See yourself, visualize, imagine. Imagine yourself in summer, jumping on a trampoline with your kids, when the husband is shouting, babe, you look amazing. Yeah, whatever they told you. Imagine yourself in a wedding dress with the bump, right? You are pregnant. It's just like amazing. Like imagine whatever you want to imagine. Imagine, for life coaches, imagine you jump out of the bed, so passionate about what you are doing in your life. It doesn't matter if it's Monday or Sunday, you just flow. Imagine that there is not anymore this feeling that weighs you down, down, down. You don't have to do what you had to do. You found your purpose, right? Imagine what it's like when you can have a meaningful conversation with your kids, with your partner. Imagine that you finally heal your inner child. Imagine that you break the limiting beliefs that were just imprinted into you by your parents. Imagine you get rid of the childhood trauma that is having profound impact on your life. This is whatever they shared with you. You make them the picture where they want to be, what they want to achieve. That is in the sales call the most important. And even though I'm not a mindfulness coach, my job as a functional medicine nutritionist is also digging deeper into this. What was the trauma? Was it the divorce? Was it the divorce of the parents? Was it the abuse of a previous partner? Like, what was it that triggered it? Because we have some triggers and the mediators of the stress, because stress is a 70% of the disease is caused by stress. So we all know this and we need to dig deeper into it. The third thing that I already mentioned is people don't buy stuff. They actually don't want online trainings, e-books, workbooks, everything that they're supposed to do as a homework on their own. No, they want you to help them to solve the situation fast. So they're buying speed. Speed they want. They want it yesterday. Not even today, yesterday. That's how fast they wanted it. And they don't want the information that they don't want that you tell them about the follicular phase and the ovulation and the luteal phase and how they should be eating the seeds here and there and how they can measure the vaginal mucus and is it really, really the ovulation? That's not what they want in that moment, right? In the sales call. That's what we sell them after. We tell them like how to get the baby. They know how to make the baby, but how to make it. Do you want to see, imagine yourself seeing those two blue marks, finally achieving that. That's the visual, two blue marks. I think it's two blue marks. I did not do it for for like 16 years. So I don't really know. I think it's two blue marks. Yeah. Or just imagine when you phone your parents and tell them it's going to be a girl, right? It's going to be a boy. So this is what you need to build in their head. They told you something about them, so it's digging deeper. Yeah, so people never buy maybe. So let's say that somebody wants to lose weight. And I would say that this is one of the challenging areas. So we cannot tell them, well, I cannot guarantee you that you lose weight. You have to select, certainty. I'm certain that if you follow these 3 steps and you use the supplements that suppress the hunger, you are going to lose the 5 kilos by the end of May. They told you how much, like, what is your ideal weight? You have it on a paper and then you are playing with that number. Yeah, we are not just fluffing abstract weight loss. Its specific goal is the 5 kilos by the end of May. That's what they told you. So you use their words, 5 kilos by the end of May. Yeah. So that you can slide into your skinny jeans. and, celebrate with your friends, skinny jeans and high heels, party. Yeah. So certainty, right? Jenny, I'm sure with your attitude, I'm sure you can achieve it. Yeah, I'm sure, like I feel it. I feel it. So always assuring them, because remember, we might be the only people who listen to them and who truly in that moment care and want to help them. And that's what we genuinely want. And so we have to assure them, we have to use like words like, it's not your fault. Like if they cannot lose weight, Jenny, from everything that you shared with me, it's absolutely not your fault. You are just missing the reason, like finding out about the hormones, because it's the hormones that are not allowing you to lose the weight. Because everything that you shared with me, it sounds great to me, and you did all this effort. So I would really suggest to do the hormone and urinary test, which is a simple test that will tell you exactly what's your problem. And then based on that, you can finally move the needle together in the right direction. And I will be here for you, right? So when you need the extra kick, the extra motivation, and if you say like, I can't anymore, I'm just going to pick you up. Or when I see that you are getting out of your path, I just again remind you why you want to do it, all these reasons, and then X, Y, Z. We remind them why they want to do it. Yeah, so they are absolutely pumped up. They feel like, okay, I'm not going to be alone in it. You don't have to go through the trial and error like you did now. And then again, you remind them. So that's all this. And then you ask them, is this the start of our journey together, right? The hero's journey. And if they say yes, so what's the best email address where I can send you all the documents and give you access so that we can start today, not tomorrow, but today. And then they give you the email address, send them the contract. And remember, this all needs to be done really fast because now they're full of the emotions and they are going to buy. And when they buy, they finish the purchase, only then the analytical brain comes and they start to like justify if it was a good choice, but now I'm going on holidays for 2 weeks. Then there is Christmas and all these things. And you can, like these objections, and we will have a full training on objections, which is time, money, I'm not sure, I need to ask my husband. All of this we will also cover at the beginning. You can say, the most successful women, they're not going to blame the external circumstances like time. I don't have time. I don't have money. I need to ask my husband for permission. No, they don't need to ask for permission anybody. They know that there is never going to be the right time because life is going in waves. Because if it was flat, you were dead. So it's like a problem, crisis, problem, crisis, like with the waves in the ocean. It's never ending. So there's never going to be the right time. The right time was yesterday. The next one is today. Yeah. What else I was going to tell you from my notes? So when we do it, always talking about the transformation and the outcome. So repeating to them, like what is their outcome, what they want to achieve, and how they want to feel in this transformation. And then we are not talking about the services, right? But we like how we help them. It's always like about the help and about the support. So we never call it like price, services, these things. No. This is how I will be here for you. This is how we help them. This is how we can easily in Holistiq Center reach for other experts. The reason why they don't buy is because you did not make them feel the pain enough. You did not explain how you are going to help them. And you did not like bring up the objections that they might have. Maybe they don't trust you. but this shouldn't be the case because we do everything with our heart and we really want to connect with them, speak their language, use their words. They cannot make the decision on their own. And that's why we have to address this at the beginning, because if they say, yeah, I can make decisions for myself, I don't need to ask my husband, this is important at the start. Or if they say, look, it's like, I don't work, it's actually my husband. So you can say like, would you like to bring him? Like we can have call together so that he can hear it as well. And, we can have more people in that. So just to make the recapitulation, so we set the agenda, we tell them we will have like about 20 minutes, because I want to learn about you. Let me actually share the screen. This is how I put it into the presentation mode. So this is very old script that I used to use at the start. So you can see here is basically the framework, setting the agenda, why now, why me, like where did you hear about me? And we also write this because we want to know if the people come from the paid Facebook ads, Google ads, referrals from a friend, then we say thank you to the friend, establishing the wand, so the magic wand, identifying the needs, like what is it that you need? Like how can I help you? How can I help you, right? So what would you want to know? And we will know, so you want to understand the blood test, you want this and that. Let me just quickly scroll through that. So I had it really, like I was memorizing it many years ago. I usually started with something like having the rapport with the person. So if, for example, somebody had Scottish accent, I would say, oh, can I hear a Scottish accent? Where from Scotland are you? Right? Well, because my ex-husband was Scottish, I'm Campbell, it's a Campbell clan. I love Scotland, so I would like connect like this. Or if, for example, somebody says, whatever, they're Polish, and I was like, Cześć, Gosia, like I would like just try their language, whatever I know. And I had this friend from Poland, and what's your favorite food, blah, 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 just like a very start. Or if somebody will say, I'm Esmeralda, I will say, wow, it's an exotic name. Is there any special reason why your mom gave you this name? And they give me a little story, because everybody loves to hear their name and this, right? So like these are some of the starters that I usually use. Or if somebody, for example, has like beautiful hair, right? Like they will have like curly hair. I say, Jesus, you have such amazing hair. Or like color of the eyes, or I don't know, amazing lipstick, complimenting them from whatever. So the compliment sets them like, whoa, everybody loves compliments, yeah? So this was my one. I had like 45 minutes, and it's all about, I'll be asking you questions, see like, how can I help you? Because I genuinely want to help. I just want to bring more like clarity to the topic. I just want to like explain, maybe like you have some questions about it, so that you can like decide what's the best for you. And then again, always asking, how does it sound? Just getting confirmation. Yeah, it sounds good or perfect. So this is the next slide. The next one. So before we start, there might be some questions. And you see, this is kind of like objections, right? So we bring some objections. What is it? Like, so before we start, like, you might be asking like, what else can she tell me about bloating? I tried everything, I know everything, and how long will that take? And it's like, am I wasting again my time? Am I going to waste my money? And then like think like, does this resonate with you? And they might say, well, yeah, I was actually thinking it, right? And I say like, the same happened to me, right? So always, again, the rapport, like I was the same, yeah? So I'll make sure that I answer all these questions. So clarity is the power. It's like, I really want to like learn about like where you are now, like what's waking you up at night just now. And then like, where do you want to be? So remember, this is knowing like where they want to be, and then we are trying to help them to close the gap. What else I have there? Yeah, so just like tell me more about you, like you let them speak, using even the words like, so what do you struggle with? Yeah, so struggle? Well, I just like struggle to identify, you know, what should I eat? Because I'm gluten-free, I'm dairy-free, all of that. And then, you know, what is the dream? Like, what do they wish, right? So this is only the framework, but remember, you need to make it personalized based on what they say. So we cannot be like machines and repeat things. So the third step, so what's your dream? What do you want? And then asking this why. So like, but why is it important for you? Like, why is it important for you to lose weight? Like, why is it important for you to have flat belly? Why is it important for you to get rid of like hot flushes or get rid of the belly fat or like get fit? Like, why is it important for you? And they tell you everything, you're asking them. Then we identify the needs. So I say like, so it's the reverse engineering, the strategic plan. So again, I just like from everything that you shared with me, I see that you kind of lack knowing like what to start, like how to remove potential dysbiosis and how to then replace it and repopulate and what to eat and what not to eat and how to basically make it around your family so that you don't have to do 5 meals and it doesn't take you that much time. And when you travel, whatever they tell you, right? So that's what you are working, understanding the biochemical markers, identify the needs. So we are digging deeper into the emotions. Here are the words like, okay, so like it makes you frustrated, embarrassed, limited, fearful. Yeah, what is it? And then again, like if somebody has migraines, so on a scale to like 1 to 10, how bad are the migraines? Yeah, and like why does it make you frustrated or whatever questions, like you need to create your own questions. Then we are you know, making the recapitulation of the needs and ask the pain questions. So what would that cost you if everything stays the same and nothing changes, right? So like how would be the life? And they will say, it will be miserable because it will be again the trial and error. That's what they don't want. And so what are you missing out on in life? You don't ask like this. You need to create the question in you, right? So which we would know. So I cannot spend time with my kids. I cannot go to the swimming pool. I cannot date because I have vaginal dysbiosis all the time and I have urinary tract infection and it's a painful sex and like I cannot date anybody because everybody would want to have sex with me, and I just cannot because it's super painful, and I have a stinky breath, so I cannot even kiss anybody. Like you need to find what it is in the intimacy that stops them. And the past failures, so we again like remind them of like, okay, so you have like tried, you spent, do you even know how much you spent on the supplements? And they will say, I spent a fortune. I bought the Happy Mammoth for bloating, and I had Greens Athletics or whatever is the brand, and just also didn't help. Like all these brands of everything that they tried, and it didn't work. So recapitulating, what would be the payoff? We qualify them, and then we kind of prescribe the program, right? So for me, my anti-bloat is, okay, so I see like the bloating, it's either there are 8 different kinds of bloating. From what you described, it's the third type, which I see very often. And we need to like remove, replace, and repopulate. And that's what we would be doing in the program. So as soon as you sign up, I will tell you exactly how to remove it so that you can have a flat belly in 7 days. And we will do X, Y, Z, for example. Yeah. And time and money. The only thing we haven't talked about is, guess what? Yeah. So something you're looking for. Yeah, so we always like ask them, and they tell you money is cheap, time is expensive. Is this something you're looking for? Yeah, so obviously this would be then a full program that we would do. But what I want you to already think about, so watch this videos plusieurs fois, I wanted to say in French, multiple times. So watch it multiple times and try to write down 10 reasons why the clients come to you and what is the outcome that they want and what are the benefits that you can offer to them, and then we can personalize it together. So I hope this was helpful. I hope Eric, I hope it wasn't too long. We said 40 minutes and I will see for how long this was, but I'm here for all of you.